Hello, my name is Sarah from catchptsd.com, making PTSD understandable. If you suffer from PTSD, I bet you've often wondered, if you do nothing, will it just get better? That makes sense really, doesn't it, after all? If we have a cold or a virus, it gets better on its own. If we break a bone, it heals by itself. Even if we get a bacterial infection, the body can generally overcome it. Sadly, with PTSD, the opposite is true. The longer you wait to address it, the worse it gets. That's because PTSD is not an illness. It's a messaging system. There's something you need to know. Your body knows it already, but your mind doesn't. And for a long time, your body has hidden it from you. But now it's been carrying this secret for too long, and the burden has become too heavy, and your body's resentful that it's carrying this secret alone, even though it made that happen by repressing memory to protect you. But now it wants you to know everything so that you can understand and share the load. So it's creating symptoms, which may be a feeling, a sensation, a reaction, a pain, to try to get its message across. When we try to squash those symptoms, it becomes a long, endlessly drawn out game of charades. This is why many people who suffer from PTSD have intrusive memories and flashbacks. They're like these great big fat visual clues where the body is essentially saying, ta-da, that was it, did you get it? But sometimes even then, what it's trying to infer is just not obvious. One of the soldiers in my book, The PTSD Solution, a military approach, kept having a flashback of a deserted street in Iraq. But in his vivid vision, nothing ever happened. He just felt scared. He didn't understand the message. Every time he walked the streets of the Scottish town where he lived, it was like he slipped through a portal into that Iraqi street. Everything around him looked like Iraq. Eventually, though, through Catch PTSD hypnotherapy, he understood that the body was trying to draw an analogy between that deserted, menacing Iraqi street and the streets of his youth in Dundee, where gangs had roamed and you could be stabbed or mugged at any moment, even as a young child. As soon as he understood that link and remembered it, after being shown it in something that felt like a dream in hypnotherapy, the flashback ceased. He never had another one again. The message had been received. If he hadn't got it by using hypnotherapy, the body would have continued to ramp up the clues, meaning ramp up the symptoms, which for him would possibly have meant increased anxiety, crippling hypervigilance, brain fog, pain, maybe even seizures. When the body can't talk to get its message across, symptoms is all it has, and it will just keep going and going and going until the sufferer does understand. There's no statute of limitations on PTSD. It just keeps getting worse until it's understood, even if you take drugs or drink or use medication. Eventually, the symptoms will rise above all of that. While in the conscious state, the body cannot talk to you. We know that. But in hypnotherapy, you can harness the power of your body and your mind to explain it. And it does. Don't ask me how. I've no idea. It just happens. You don't even need to try to do anything. At Catch PTSD, we take you into a deep enough state of relaxation that you'll be shown what you need to see to understand what happened. And then all those symptoms that you're feeling right now are just no longer required. Don't wait to start this process. The right time is now. Have a look at catchptsd.com. We're here to help.